What's going on, everybody? Kriddle here, back again with another Fortnite Save the World weapon review. And today we're going to be talking about the Popshot. The Popshot is a new shotgun that just came out with this week's week 2 challenge for Frostnite. If you want to get this weapon, you would just come over here to your quest log, week 2 master. This is the second quest. I've already done the first quest to get the Popshot, but this is the same quest. You have to survive for 30 minutes in a week 2 Frostnite challenge. This one is 3 times to get the banner and the tickets. You only have to do it once to get the Popshot. So let's go over and check out this weapon and see what it looks like. Here is your weapon right here. It actually doesn't look that bad. It looks kind of cool. It's literally a pop gun, you know, the ones that used to shoot out the little pop thing with the string on the end of it and makes that little pop noise. But we'll have to check that out when we actually get into a mission. But the first thing to note on here is the 6 perk on here. It is getting 5 headshots in a row, increases ranged weapon damage by 30% for 10 seconds. I don't know why anyone would ever want this on a shotgun unless that shotgun is extremely accurate. So I'm not really sure that this thing is going to work out too well. The range weapon, actually, the range damage, I'm sorry, for the headshot damage, not the range damage. Wow. I can't speak today. But the headshot damage is actually not even that substantial. Mine's this high because I have Urban Assault in my squad slot, and I'll show you that in a minute. But this thing, it just doesn't do enough bonus headshot damage to really justify it going for headshots. But you could potentially come in here and re-perk this to go with a double headshot. So you get headshot here, and then you can come down here and get another headshot. So you could potentially perk this to have a lot of headshot. And that's one way to perk it. I don't necessarily think that that would be the best way to go. I would probably say to go maybe magazine size here and probably double damage. You're going to get 60% extra damage from going double damage if you have these fully legendary. I was going to perk this thing up full legendary, but I decided to perk up the rocket launcher that came out instead because I did not like this when I first tried it out. So we're gonna go in a minute into a mission and try it out. But I would probably go double damage on this. Or maybe double headshot damage if you really feel like you're going to get headshots with it. Down here, I would probably put in maybe fire rate or reload speed. Going crit rating on this is not really worth it because it does have a base of 10% and 50% damage, so 10% crit chance to 50% damage. So increasing the crit rating on this would not really be worth it because it's not really a crit gun. The only place you could put critical damage in it, I believe, is right here. So you could add in the crit damage to get up to 135% more critical damage if you make this legendary, but that is not really worth it to have a single crit damage on there. So I would keep this thing as a damage weapon with maybe magazine size and either fire rate or reload speed. It does have a decent fire rate on it at 3.6 for a shotgun and a magazine size of 7. So it's really, yeah, it's not bad, but it's not great. You might want to go with reload speed though, with the larger magazine size, because this magazine size right here is 50% larger. That's why we're at 7 right now. But let's go ahead and jump into a mission with this and see how it goes. There we go. If we can get this cancel out here. I am going to be going into this mission with Raptor Raider. He is pretty much the best character to play with a shotgun. We're also going to be going in with, wrong character, Urban Assault. We're going to be putting in our higher level Urban Assault. I don't know why I have the power level 58 Urban Assault in there, but we're going to be putting in the 130 Urban Assault to get increased headshot damage by 27%. Might as well do that and see what we can do with headshots. And then we have Double Agent Evelyn, which is my standard that I put in for my soldier build. So let's go check this thing out and see how it does. All right, so here we are. We are all loaded in. First thing we're going to look at is the damage that it does. We're doing 562 damage, 600 damage. So, you know, right about 1 tile away is where this thing's going to do its most damage. If we back up too much, it starts to drop off relatively quickly. So I wouldn't recommend getting more than about a tile and a half away. You get to 2 tiles. This is approximately 2 tiles away right here. And we're already doing half the amount of damage that we did when we're right up on it. So I would not recommend doing that. The reload on it isn't too bad. We'll shoot it a couple times. So the reload is 1 shell at a time, and it's not that slow, but it could be a little bit nicer. So you might want to put that reload speed on there or go with a larger magazine size. It does sound kind of cool when you fire it. It's got that pop noise. If you can hear that, it's got that little pop noise, which is actually pretty cool on there. So that is not too bad. But here's a smasher. We can actually do the smasher test in the very beginning rather than have to go search for one and find it. Let's take this guy out real quick. We'll see how many shots it takes. One shot to take that guy out, so that's kind of nice. Let's let the smasher go by here like we always do. There we go. And let's see if we can get him right in the face. Since this is a headshot gun, we want to aim right in the face. And it does fire relatively quickly, but it's just, I just don't feel like it's giving me, you know, that damage that it should be giving. It just seems a little bit low. Let's see if we can take these guys out. We'll try to hit him in the head here and see how much damage we can do. I just don't feel like we're doing much damage here. I really... Now, granted, I did not fully perk it up, but I'm just not too impressed with the gun. You kind of have to click too much. I would much rather go with a Tiger Jaw or a Room Sweeper, so I don't have to click so often to shoot this thing. I like semi-automatic assault rifles, but yeah, this gun, I'm just not feeling it. You know, I'm really just not feeling it. This thing is going to give me a little bit of trouble here. There we go. That guy's giving me a little bit of trouble, but I'm just not really feeling this gun. Let me go see if we can find another group here, and we'll test it out a little bit more, but I am really just not feeling this gun. All right, so we got a small group right here around the corner. We're going to see if we can work on these a little bit. There's a couple of blasters in there. We'll see if we can hit those. And I mean, it's not too bad at taking some stuff out, but I feel like I'm just having to click that button way too much as a semi-automatic rifle or shotgun. I would much rather go with a semi-automatic rifle and not have to get right up in their face. I feel like for the amount of damage that this is doing, it should be a much longer range. I feel like I've got to get way too close to them, and it should be doing a much bigger impact on them, maybe knocking them back a little bit easier. But I'm just not really feeling this weapon at all. So there you go. That is it. Let's give our final thoughts on this weapon. All right, so here we are. Final thoughts on this weapon is I do not recommend leveling this thing up. I don't recommend putting your effort into it to get all the XP for it and getting the perk up and the reperk to really make this thing what it should be. You would have to spend way, way, way too much on this weapon to make it worthwhile. If you really want to play with this thing and go with that headshot damage on there and you feel like you can hit headshots, by all means go for it. I do think it's a fun little weapon, and I do like the sound on it. I do like the you know, what they did with it as far as aesthetically looking. It's a very unique looking weapon with the etching on there and everything. And you know, I would definitely recommend doing the challenge and getting the weapon. I just wouldn't recommend at this point putting a lot of time and effort into perking this thing up. It's just, it does not seem good to me, but you might like it. So if you feel like you want to try this weapon out, come on by my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/Kriddle. I will make any weapon in the game for you guys, including this one. Just give me the materials, join in a game with me, and try it out. And if maybe you'll like it, maybe you won't, but thanks you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.